demo and or a poster, you should come with me and set it up, because it's going to happen soon.
Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you all had an entertaining and conversational lunches. Welcome to the first panel of the workshop. Our two panelists today are Kentaro Toyama, the illustrious Assistant Managing Director of Microsoft Research India, who really needs no introduction, if only because he just gave a talk. But for the sake of one, I will say that his training is in physics and computer science, but his first hire at MSRI was a social anthropologist. Jenna started out life as a computer scientist at my alma mater, Cornell University. Worked for Intel doing HCI research, but then got a PhD in sociology at LSE, London School of Economics, doing an ethnography of internet cafe usage in Accra, Ghana, and is now an assistant professor in the School of Information, my school, at UC Berkeley. This panel is not without its history. As many of you know, a lot of us were writing papers for a certain conference deadline in September. One day an email started circulating, got us all very excited, asking some key questions we had all been asking ourselves. Let me switch slides here. What makes ICTD research, not just reports about technology projects in rural villages? What does it mean to have economics and anthropology research side by side with computer science and electronic engineering? How can we preserve the integrity of methodologies developed by individual disciplines while allowing for cross-fertilization amongst fields and a healthy respect for other disciplinary perspectives? Kentaro, what were you thinking? To recap, it broke down many key elements of a successful ICTD submission into several areas classified into research in general, specifically ICTD, and several other key elements. And I have to admit, my immediate response was to try and figure out how to fit all my research into exactly what Kentaro structured all ICTD papers should be. I'm like, But then I was kind of worried. I'm like, well, my research doesn't quite fit into this. I mean, I don't think it's really replicable. I mean, who's going to do research like I do it? And what's really replicable in a developing region? And frankly, I've been trained not to generalize too much from a particular context. And so I really cheered when I saw Jenna's response on the TIA mailing list. She took issue with generalizability and replicability and suggested a couple of additional elements. And so this is sort of a quick recap, and it's not even, at this point, the Kentaro recap. This is like a recap of this long discussion and a couple threads afterwards and other discussions. So I'm going to let her give her recap of what comprises ICTD research for her. So what is ICTD research for me? Well, in my head I see three overlapping areas, all of which feed into each other and all of which interact with non-research-based practitioners. And while our community has its strength in the evaluation of ICTD projects as well as the implementation of new technologies, we often don't include and draw as much on some of the really great research that's being done on how existing information technologies are being used in developing regions. And hopefully, I think this discussion will get us started on learning how. And with that, we'll first invite Jenna and then Kentaro to speak about their own perspectives on this topic and give them about 10 minutes to discuss it, and then we'll open it up for your own questions.